We're now joined by Alaska Anchorage head coach Matt Thomas. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You guys have gone 4-4-2 in your last 10 matchups, including winning your last 4 Friday night games in a row. What's been the difference for your team in these last 10 games compared to the start of the season?
Well, I think there was a couple things. Obviously, you know, there was a lot of budget issues that were going up here within the state, and since those have been resolved and our program's been given the thumbs up for the future, we've had an opportunity here to focus on just hockey and not dealing with the things that come with those types of issues. So I think that's been an important element. I think the other thing too is that we've stayed committed to the process, and I think a lot of times when you're in these situations where your team isn't playing as well as you want them to play, you tend to abandon what makes your team good just to try to find that quick fix and find your win. And maybe we could have found some wins there a little bit earlier, but for us, we felt we were doing the right things and our players were responding. It was just a matter of time when it came together. But I think those things are big. I think the biggest thing is we're healthy. I don't think we finished one game in the first half with the lineup of forwards that we started the game with. So that's always a tough thing. And we had a lot of key injuries to key players, to upperclassmen, to guys that we depend on a lot, and we didn't have much continuity within our forward lines at all in the first half. So that's been a big difference here in the last kind of 5-6 weeks.
One of those big wins for you guys came against the Beavers of Bemidji State, who are in first place. What does a win like that do to the confidence of your team?
Well, I think anytime you can beat a team that's ranked, obviously to be ranked and to be as ranked as high as Bemidji was at the time, you've got to do a lot of winning, and you've got to beat teams, and you've got to find a way to win games, and it shows that you're a good team. So for us, it was about being able to stick to our game and try to find what can make us successful. And we've kind of created an identity that we know helps us win. And the trick now is being able to do it every night. And I thought against Bemidji, we did it from the drop of the puck to the final buzzer. The next night, I thought we played a really strong game. Our offense just wasn't clicking like it was the night before, and that ended up costing us. But when you hold the conference leader to 2 goals in 2 games, you're doing a lot of things well. And I thought we played a really strong weekend.
Individually, your team's being led by junior captain Matt Anholt with 25 points on the year so far. Who else have you seen step up their play as the season's gone on for you guys?
Well, we've had a lot of guys. Again, I talked about the health of our forward group, and there was a whole weekend where we only played with 10 forwards, 2 less than the regular complement of 12. So, as guys have come back in the lineup, you look at all kinds of different guys. Brad Dewey, who's a senior, had to sit out the first few games, after getting some early season surgery, and he came back and scored some goals and helped us get going early. I think you look at a guy like Tad Kozin, real quiet as our leading scorer last year, and had a quiet start. He kind of took off and has really started to kickstart some offense. But I think you can look at Matt Anholt as the guy that's really kind of got us going. Mason Mitchell, as of late, has got going. We had a huge weekend from Jeremiah Lubke this past weekend. A guy like Alex Jackstad, who's a sophomore, he had a 2-goal game on Friday night against Ferris State. So we've got a lot of guys that have kind of got us going here. But the one guy that kind of keeps us going is our goaltender, Olivier Mantha. He's been consistent. Every night he gives you a good effort and makes the stops that he needs to make. And I think the opportunity for him to get the recognition that he deserves with wins is something that isn't a vital part to our team's success to keep it going, because he's been the guy that's been the heartbeat of our team. And we've got a couple big leaders on our blue line. We got a young blue line, but guys like Jarrett Brown and Chase Van Allen, a junior and a senior, those guys are pretty pivotal about the way our defense ends up being able to bring it every single night here.
So as we continue to look on for the season with a big series this weekend with Michigan Tech, what are you looking for from your team as you guys travel to Houghton this weekend?
Well, anytime you go on the road, it's a little bit of a different feeling, and it's a really important element for your team to go on the road feeling good about themselves first. And I think we've got that. We've had 2 pretty good weekends here at home since the break, and but we're going in to play a team that, you know, we know how good they are. They've got a real good balance. They got a real good mix, and it's going to be tough. We had some success there last year, playing a pretty specific type of game plan that hopefully we can continue to play. But again, it's just about what your team does well, and you have to do those things well. We're going to need everybody to play their A game. I think anytime you go on the road, you know, we stay out. After we play Michigan Tech here, we stay on the road and go to Northern Michigan. So we've got 4 games in the UP, and it's going to be really important for our team to continue some of the momentum that we've created.
Best of luck this weekend, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.